exorcising a woman who was possessed by a jinn in Egypt. And after reciting Quran, he spoke to the jinn and he said to the jinn, he said, I give you 3 days to leave this woman and come into me, because the jinn said, I can't leave her, I'm trapped. So he said, okay, leave her and come into me. He said, if after 3 days you don't do that, then I'm going to kill you. Whatever you're going through hardship, you're going through persecution. He is the king. Someone is persecuting you, you are still within Allah's kingdom. You're going through injustice or oppression. You're feeling that insecurity, that there will be no one walking on the face of the earth better than you that day, except never underestimate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or His power. With God, all things are possible. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The first of these 8 du'as, which I used to say 100 times every single day in prison, is the du'a La ilaha illallah wahdahu la shareeka lah, Lahul mulk, Walahul hamd, wa huwa ala kulli shayin qadeer. And this comes from a hadith found in Bukhari, where Abu Huraira reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, whosoever says 100 times a day, La ilaha illallah, there's no God but Allah, Wahdahu la shareeka lah, who has no partner unto Him, Lahul mulk, to Him is the kingdom, Walahul hamd, to Him be praise, wa huwa ala kulli shayin qadeer, and He has power over all things. Whoever says this 100 times a day, he will get the following things. Number 1, 100 good deeds will be written for him. Number 2, 100 sins will be wiped from his record. Number 3, he will get the reward of freeing 10 slaves. Number 4, he will be protected from the Shaytan until the evening, and if he says it in the evening, he will be protected from Shaytan until the morning. And number 5, no one will come that day with better deeds than him, except for someone that has done more than this. So look at these 5 things that you're getting, and saying it 100 times a day would take you approximately 8 minutes or so. And in a separate video you will see within this playlist, you will see where I've made it easy for you, and I will say this dua 100 times so you can follow along with me in the background, or if you're driving or walking, so you don't have to have a tasbih to say it with you. Let's look at the meaning of this dua. There's no God but Allah, who has no partner. To Him is the kingdom. Whatever you're going through hardship, you're going through persecution. He is the king. Someone is persecuting you, you are still within Allah's kingdom. You're going through injustice or oppression. You're feeling that insecurity. You are still within Allah's kingdom. To Allah be praise that your hardship is not as bad as it could have been. That your struggle is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you strength and given you means and things to help you get through it. Wa huwa ala kulli shayin qadeer, and He has power over all things. You know, sometimes I'm driving and I see a church, and outside they have quotes from the Bible written, and it says, with God all things are possible. And that is true. Every single thing is possible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything is possible for Him. Never underestimate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or His power. This dua I used to say 100 times a day, and it would fill me with so much hope and strength and energy for the rest of that day. When you are going through a struggle, one of the causes of despair and doubt and confusion is through the whisperings of the Shaytan. Yet by saying this dua 100 times a day, then Allah guarantees that you will be protected from these whispers of the Shaytan for that day or for that particular night. There was a scholar, an Egyptian scholar in recent times, and he wrote a book about ruqya, which is the science of reciting Quran for healing from magic, and for healing from jinn possession and problems like that. And he wrote about a story in one of his books, and he wrote about something that happened where he was exorcising a woman who was possessed by a jinn in Egypt. And after reciting Quran, he spoke to the jinn, and he said to the jinn, he said, I give you 3 days to leave this woman and come into me, because the jinn said, I can't leave her, I'm trapped. So he said, okay, leave her and come into me. He said, if after 3 days you don't do that, then I'm going to kill you. So after 3 days, he went and he saw the woman, and the jinn was still trapped inside that woman. And so the sheikh, he spoke to the jinn, and he said, right, I gave you 3 days, now I'm going to recite Quran until you die. And the jinn said, no, please. He said, I tried for 3 days, I've been trying to come inside you, but I can't, because you said 100 times a day, every day you say, La ilaha illallah, Wahdahu la Shareeka, Lahul mulk, wa Lahul hamd, wa huwa kulli shayin qadeer. That's why I can't come into you. This is such a powerful dua. Imagine doing these deeds. Which normal person can do this every single day? 100 good deeds that are written for you. 100 sins wiped away from you. The reward of freeing 10 slaves. And being in a hardship or a difficulty is like being a slave. It's like being in prison. And yet you're freeing these 10 slaves. Every single day of your hardship, you're freeing these 10 slaves. You're saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to reward you for that or relieve you for that. Number 4, you're protected from Shaytan, from his despair and doubts and confusion. What he puts in your mind, that there's no way out, things are never going to get better, you're not going to heal from this. There's not going to be a way out from this. There's no end to this hardship. These are all the whispers that he puts in your mind. Yet you will be protected from those, and you will be filled with hope and certainty. And the last one, that there will be no one walking on the face of the earth better than you that day, except for someone who has made this dua, or someone who has said it more than you. So in a separate video to this playlist, you will see me saying this dua. And what I encourage you to start doing is start saying it 100 times a day. La ilaha illallah, Wahdahu la Shareeka, Lahul mulk, wa Lahul hamd, wa huwa kulli shayin qadeer. And continue making this dua, and then next week we'll do the next one. If you keep doing this 100 times a day, you will start to notice a difference. The same day you will notice a difference, and that is Allah's guarantee. That's not my guarantee. And finally, a message to those of you that are struggling or going through a hardship. I am making dua for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you strength, give you relief, and give you the ability to get through this hardship and to wait out until happier days come for you. I also have 2 requests to make from you. The first request is, please make dua for anyone else that is watching this and that is going through a hardship. Make dua for them. And the second request, please subscribe to my channel and like it. It does something to the YouTube algorithm. It makes it reach more people. Leave a comment and share this content so that more people can benefit from it, because the more people that benefit, if someone listens to this and watches this video and they benefit from it, then that will also be on your account of good deeds on the Day of Judgment. Until the next session, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أنت حر بتلك القيود إذا كنت بالله مستعصما فماذا يضيرك كيد العبيد فماذا يضيرك كيد العبيد أخي أنت حر